Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget. That stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, this video is especially meant for my men in the audience. I know I have a lot of females that also watch, and I appreciate your viewership. And this is probably a good video for you as well, okay? So I'll qualify everything. Don't take it wrong, and hear me out before you judge, okay? Men, undersized underdogs, any of you, even if you're giants, if you're big Slim Jims or whatever it is, I have a message for you. Don't be a wuss, all right? Now what I mean by that is, there's a lot of guys out there, right? Now, I graduated high school a long fucking time ago, 1991, all right? Now, I gotta tell you this. The world is a different place. Now, there were times over the last X amount of years, I don't want to do the math. I'm not a mathematician, I'm a math magician. When I get the right answer with adding, subtracting, multiplication, or division, it's magic, and nobody knows how to figure it out. So, you know what? It's just me. I'm a better ADHD writer, artist, whatever I am. Anyways, okay. I'm losing my train of thought. Over the years, and I'll just be vulnerable here, I have learned that when you try to overly compensate, when you try to be like overly everything, you can try to your heart's content. And this is for the guys. You can try everything to attract a woman, okay? You can compliment her. You can buy her flowers. You can, take her on the most expensive vacations, dinners, what have you. And it's not going to change the way she feels about you, okay? In a very short period of time, when she meets you, she knows if she thinks you're attractive, if she finds you charming, if she wants to sleep with you, okay? Now, I know some women might debate me on that, but this has been, again, my set of experiences and the experiences of many others before me, okay? Now, I made this mistake in my first marriage, which lasted all of 9 glorious years, okay? Where this woman that I attracted was a woman that did not, in any way, find me either desirable, attractive, or anything, at least as far as I know, okay? Now, I was attracted to her because, and I say this with all humility, but with all honesty, this was the first woman that I was attracted to that I could not get. So you see what happened here? I was in pursuit. I started chasing. I wanted what I couldn't have. Now, I look back in hindsight and go, what the heck was I thinking? It all made sense. I should not have continued to pursue this woman, right? Because, as anyone would tell you that knows anything about women, you should not chase. You should not pursue. And women, don't get mad, but you know it's true. How many guys have wanted you so bad and written you poetry and bought you flowers and taken you to lunch and all this other stuff, and you've left those little simp men high and dry because he doesn't do it for you. He doesn't wet the whistle. And that's the truth. All right? Now, Hollywood would have you believe otherwise. They put up the story of the pretty girl and the guy that's like, oh, and he's friends with the girl, and he's like all about her, and he's trying to listen to her, talk about her feelings and about the jerk that broke her heart and all this other bullshit. And then at the end, she wakes up. Oh, you were the one all along. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm not being anything but red pill male realistic. If you guys hear pounding, they're putting a new roof up on this bitch. So I apologize for that. Anyways, that's the truth, right? So you guys, if you're honest, okay, why do they always say nice guys finish last? Okay, why is it that she always chooses the jerk? Because the guy knows who he is, he knows what he wants, and he's not going to be distracted by a female. Now, you got to keep this in balance, okay? Mind you, okay, you've got like the bad boy and what have you. He's not necessarily, you don't go for the guy who's like super abusive and he's a complete, ass munch and all this other stuff, I mean, yeah, the girl might be attracted to that guy, but, soon she'll see he's a douche canoe and he's not worth her time, right? And I encourage that, women, know your worth if you're worth something, okay? If you're not, just like my undersized underdogs, get on your damn purpose, figure your shit out, and get better so that, the whole world is like, oh, I can't attract any guys on Tinder or Bumble or, no guys talk to me. Well, if you walk around with resting bitch face all the time, they're not going to come talk to you, all right? You can be a little bit sweet. You can at least smile. You can, if you're looking for a guy that is, you can be approachable. And believe me, I'm not like this typical MGTOW type guy that's like, bashing women or anything. I love women. I see, and I actually have more friends that are women than are men. So believe me, I'm not trying to like beat up on women here. I'm just telling you guys, okay? Excuse me, I'm a little gassy. I don't know why. Maybe it's the carbs from my carb diet. But anyways, what I'm saying is that you guys got to quit being wusses, okay? You need to stand up. And here's the problem, okay? I have female friends that have done everything to try to make their man happy, right? And he continues to be kind of a dick to them. And they're like, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I can do. And I tell them, you can't do anything to be enough for that guy. He's either not into you or he's just in a weird place in his life or something's going on. And the only thing you can do is maintain your self-esteem and your dignity and your self-awareness and not put up with it, right? So that's the opposite side of the coin. I'm sweating because I had to turn off the air so the video sounds better. But likewise for you guys, hopefully the consumers of this content, or else I'm completely off on my demographic, but you guys need to realize that you need to do the same thing, okay? You've got value, you've got worth, and you may not see it right now, or you might go, hey, fuck it, I'm just like, I don't think that I really have all that much to offer, whatever. Okay, then quit worrying about women and quit being a wuss and start getting on your purpose. Start grinding it out, start improving, your sexual market value. Start working harder. Start working on your grind, your purpose, and make yourself more of a catch, figure out what you're doing, like whether it's the way you dress, your swag, whatever it is, and figure that out and improve yourself, okay? There's plenty of videos here. There's over 100 videos now that I have and a bunch of other guys that are in the self-improvement market and trying to help males get better. There's a lot of content out here. So start looking at that, So at the end of the day, just stop being a wuss. Stop bending over backwards for women. Stop failing their little shit tests. And by shit test, I mean, a female might, give you crap about something to see how you're going to react. What I mean by that is you might think everything's fine with the girl you're dating or somebody that you're interested in. Sorry, I'm sweating a lot. And all of a sudden, she might throw like a little dig at you or something. Now, you might see it as a challenge to your ego or your manhood and like immediately come back and think you need to assert, that you're an alpha male and that you're, the dominant one and this and that and like, raise your voice and do all that. But here's the deal, okay? Now, I've made all these mistakes. That's why I can speak to this, okay? So as soon as you raise your voice and you lose your center, you lose your cool, you've lost her respect, okay? You've gained her fear of you, but you've lost her respect. So now what? So you flex your muscle, you show you have testosterone, you show that you've got more muscle, you're bigger, badder, whatever, okay? But you've lost her respect. Now, she might back down in that moment because she thinks she might like punch a hole through her face, okay? Now, that doesn't do anything if you love and care about this woman. All it does is cause her to like lose respect and lose attraction for you. So, what you need to do is take a step back. Maybe you need to just leave for a few minutes. Maybe you need to just sit back, take a breath, and not react. That's the whole thing. Don't react. You don't have to react. You can't choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you react to it. So take a step back, take a breath, and talk logically and sensibly to her. Let her vent. Let her express her emotions. Let her tell you what she's thinking, how she's feeling. And you don't necessarily have to have an answer for her. And a lot of times she doesn't want an answer. She just wants to be heard. She wants to be validated that you actually understood what her gripe is. So give her that validation. Give her that, let her know that you heard her. And when you do that, you'd be surprised how receptive she can be to that. Now, if she continues to go off the handles, or let's say that, she's promised you the world and is, I'm going to change, or I'm going to do this, or I only want you, or whatever it is, right? And she continues to make that mistake. Well, at some point, you're the idiot that continues to take her back. And she's got work to do on herself. And she can go find, the female equivalent of this channel. And but that's not your problem, right? Hopefully that's not baby mama. Hopefully you don't have a ring on her finger, what have you. Hopefully you figure this shit out before you actually are in a committed relationship with her. Now, if you're close to being in a committed relationship and these things aren't figured out, you need to take a step back, okay? Because if you're a man that's worked on his purpose, his plan, and his mission, and you're gonna settle for something less than what you deserve, everybody, whether male or female, you grow up and you've got, dreams, and you have, this fantasy person or whatever it is, right? You have an idea of what you want for your life. Now, as time goes on, let's say you're not necessarily happy with yourself. You're not either happy with your career decisions, happy with, your decisions to either go to the gym and you've been missing, workouts, and you're not necessarily in your best shape. You're not eating the best, and you've made, some bad choices for yourself. Or maybe you just have like some issues that stem from childhood, whatever it is, right? And you haven't really done the work on yourself. This is what it all goes back to. Have you done the work on yourself? Have you worked on you? Have you thought about, who are you when you turn everything off? The phone is off, media, you're not like trying to escape into Netflix, YouTube, anything. And You just listen to that still small voice inside yourself. And you wonder, who am I? What am I doing? Am I happy with myself? Can I look myself in the mirror? And if you don't at least have respect for yourself or for the place you're at in your life, then you're going to end up settling for the first person that comes along on a dating site, or a person that is gonna the first person who's going to validate you, and you're going to settle for less than what you deserve. Now, it might for a little while give you a sense of security, a sense of peace, and a sense of, validation, but long term, how are you going to feel? Now, I can tell you from my experience, when I finally got the girl that I couldn't have, I thought I was the cat's meow. I thought I was the shit that wouldn't quit. And I thought I had it all. But there was something inside of me that was like, well, maybe this is a mistake. Maybe you should have just waited a little bit longer. Maybe you weren't quite ready, but you made your decision out of fear. And yay, you got the girl that doesn't want you to finally say yes. And then you got to ask yourself, how much of myself did I give up in order to attract this person? What did I give up? It's like the cost fallacy theory. When you invest all this time and shit's not going right, and you go, well, I've invested this much, so I've got to go all the way, because I can't, live with the idea that I've invested 5 years, 10 years, 3 months, 10 months, whatever it is, right? And you don't want to look stupid to your family, your friends, who you've continued to defend your decision to, even if they agreed with you, or whether they tried to talk you out of something. You can always start over. You got to count the cost. You got to trust that intuition. And if you've got doubts, if you look in the mirror and say, well, I don't really know, or if you're just settling for the first one that says yes, because you're afraid that nobody else is going to want you. If you're afraid that you're never going to find better, so at least this is the best of the options you have right now. Life is long. Life is long and hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It could be a grind, yes. And there's times where it doesn't seem like it's making sense. And you look at, your current situation, you think that's the way it's always going to be. But I challenge you to do this, okay? If you're past your teen years, maybe early 20s, but those of you who are late 20s and into your 30s, 40s, and beyond, it's for all of you. The more time you have behind you, the more you can see that not everything is an emergency, that life changes, and no matter what you want, life's going to change again and again and again. And Very few things are permanent. You know, death is permanent, that's for sure. But your job situation, your social circle, your relationship status, those all can change like that. And it's up to you to just make peace with the idea that change is going to be a constant in your life. And, you know, you come into this world, and in a sense you're alone. And when you leave this world, you're going to be alone again. So to put all your eggs in one basket of one person who you think is a soulmate, or who you think is like the end-all be-all and everything to you, and you're willing to ruin career, you're ready to like leave friendships, and you're ready to like sell your soul to the devil, is tragic. Love and infatuation and lust is a very powerful thing. Be careful. Like, share, subscribe. Done with this rant. Hope you guys got something out of it. Look forward to your feedback. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon.